And here we have our red Terran player. He's not a Muppet. He plays for the Team Slayers. He is. Again, he's not a Muppet. He is. Come on. Kanji. Kanji. Looks pretty serious. Needs to get the win for Slayers to keep them in this. And here is our FOU player. Getting a big win in the last game. Again, he is.
Yeah, absolutely dominant in the last game. And this game, another map where he could theoretically take, 3 or 4 bases around the map and do that same sort of kind of control the map sort of thing and just get a huge economy going into the mid-game.
It certainly could. Sending out a drone at 9 to scout a little bit early, wants to make sure he knows exactly where his opponent is.
Yeah.
So that could indicate some sort of early rush strategy, possibly some sort of bust. But then again, we're only 1 minute, 50 seconds into the game, so a lot of things could happen between now and GG.
Yeah, it's a good, I often send mine after I get my Overlord because it's like, then you end up scouting him often around 15, and that's when you want to decide pool or hatch anyway. Or he may have this build planned out, but he is actually going to go ahead and plant that hatchery down first, even before he scouts. A little bit risky.
Yep, he's going to find out right now if it's going to be a 2-racks, and it certainly could be with the configuration of that base right there.
Yeah.
Although, yes, there is indeed gas, so most likely that'll be filled by a factory. I would imagine this is probably going to be a Hellion expand, just the way that the buildings are placed. Probably going to get a reactor on that barracks and then swap them over.
I'm not going to guess Marine this time, man. Messed me up last time. He does have a lot of gas, and there's the factory immediately, like you said.
Yep.
Drone trapped in the base.
Yep.
Trapped like a rat.
Now, looks like he is getting a tech lab, actually, so I am wrong. Me and Moltrap. I didn't want to leave you hanging.
I was not wrong about him not getting a Marine.
That's very true.
Although, I guess I wasn't really right either. Anyway, ooh, gas steal. Leenox says, you only get 1 gas. And in the meantime, going for his own pool, and the pool just finishes. Let's see if he's going to do anything else beside that. He might just want to drone up at this point. And there's the Reaper being produced as well, along with that factory. The drone, of course, sees everything and re-steals the gas.
Now he's
whoa! Whoa! That is Reaper speed, ladies and gentlemen! Nitro packs being upgraded for the Reapers! Woo!
It's very interesting.
We haven't seen this in months, man.
Yeah, it's like I'm meeting an old friend again.
Yeah.
It's like Reaper speed. I remember way back when.
I saw the icon on the production tab. I'm like, what the flip is that?
It's Reaper speed, Moltrap.
Reaper speed.
That's right. And so we could see a bunker rush with Reapers. We could see just mass Reapers. We could see Hellion plus Reapers.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I don't know if he has anything before this. Queen's not going to be able to do the best against this.
Yeah.
Hellion coming in, doing a little bit of damage to that drone. One more shot should take it out. And he does polish off one drone. And he's going to get a scout and a huge scout and see only spawning pool. He says, this guy has nothing to do with my Reapers right now.
Yeah, exactly. And the really interesting thing, too, is that if he can get Leenox to maybe build a Ro4 by showing Hellions like this, Reapers with speed can actually micro against Roaches. It's a little bit tough.
It's really tough.
Especially after the range increase, but you can do it. Now, he is producing more Reapers. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do. He's getting a command center and a couple more barracks. If he puts tech labs on those and goes mass Reapers, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, he has 3 Reapers now. And he is going to switch the tech lab over to the factory. Yeah. Now these 3 Reapers are coming in, and they can do so much damage so fast. They can basically one-shot Zerglings, drones, anything. Here he comes in. Gotta worry about that Queen, but he's one-shotting drones. In the meantime, taking some damage from that Queen.
He needs to be careful, though. If he loses one of those Reapers, he can't one-shot drones anymore. But Leenox has got to be shocked about this. He did not expect this, so he could even take out the Baneling nest.
Oh, watch out.
Got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, on creep, those Queens are fast enough to keep up with them.
Yep. And again, you can micro against Queens, too, if you're careful enough.
Yeah, it's much easier off creep. Off creep, you can just do
I think Leenox kind of dodged the bullet there because at the time those Reapers came in, he was producing 10 drones. Had no Zerglings production. He had no larva to use on Zerglings at the moment.
it's a good thing he had some creep tumors in his base, so that he had more creep out there. Otherwise, he probably could have kited the queen.
Absolutely. Leenock doing a really good job with creep spread, by the way. Here come the Reapers again.
Yep, and at this point, I think he kind of knows that he can't quite get in there.
Yeah.
And so he's just going to dance around with them, keep a little map control, threaten, and it might go for some more harassment depending on what Leenock responds with, but Leenock does have a third queen out, so it's going to make it much more difficult for him to actually do any damage. But still no Ro4 or anything like that.
Now, if he can keep those Reapers alive long enough, he can come back in the mid-game, kill a lot of drones with that expansions that Leenock's just starting. He can use the grenades. They're very, very good against buildings as well.
Oh, you know what he did?
What's that?
He made a Baneling nest earlier.
Yeah.
And he canceled it after Reapers left.
Oh.
And he's going for a Spire now.
Very fast Spire. Okay.
Interesting.
Reapers, of course, can't shoot air. Baneling nest as well. So this time Leenock is indeed going Mutiling. So right now, Ganji in a little bit better shape, I'd say, than Tejo was at this point in the game. He does have a good economy, and the maps are as such where you see Leenock trying to run a few Zerglings in there. Yeah. It's going to be much, much tougher to run Zerglings in like you can on Xel'Naga Caverns. Yeah,
no, here's the thing also is Leenock's strategy in that first game depended a lot on taking several bases and expanding and getting a big economy in the late game, and the drops just didn't do anything against it. Now with those 3 Speed Reapers, if he controls them well, he can actually run around and prevent Leenock from getting a third.
Oh, he's going to use the Reapers to condition on the high ground. That is beautiful.
Oh, nice. The siege takes on the low ground.
Yep. Great move. Whoa, look out. You don't know where those creep tumors are. You don't want the tanks shooting your own Reapers.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So Ganji definitely showing something that pretty new, or at least something we haven't seen in a very long time. Moving back a little bit there.
There are some Lings out and some Banelings. The Lings are about to be +1 on their melee attacks, whereas the Marines do not have any upgrades. Engineering bay almost complete. So that actually, if you get upgrades over Marines, usually Marines are like, oh, they just counter Zerglings because they kill them so fast. But if they get some upgrades, they can actually do pretty well against Marines if they surround them.
Yeah, if you get the surround, if you can get a much bigger number, they can do okay.
And
now he is getting his 3rd hatch right now. Baneling speed is on the way. Mutas are on the way. 7 Mutas, in fact.
He's being a little passive with those Reapers. I really felt like he should have been running around the map to try and prevent thirds.
That's the big mistake that you can make against the Zerg players. Leave them alone for too long. You will definitely regret it.
Yeah. And that 3rd base going up is like easy prey for those Reapers, and they're not doing anything else back at home, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, he did spot the Spire, though, so he knows that Mutas are going to come out, so Reaper's got to be a little bit worried about that now.
Now, Leenock's going to need to be careful. He can deny this turret for a short time, but there's so many Marines out right now for Ganji that he's going to need to be very, very cautious with these Mutalisks. Yeah, turning around, even though there are only 2 Marines there. Yeah, he could have killed him, but he needs to keep those Mutalisks at full health, because when he has a huge flock of Mutas, if you will, later in the game, that's going to be, you know, how he's going to win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's kind of 2 different ways you can do Mutiling. One is to go huge amounts of Banelings and Lings, and the other is to go huge amounts of Mutas. Looks like he's going Mutas in this case.
Whoa. Okay, so, sorry, Leenock actually going for Air Carapace.
Oh, really?
By the way, which is interesting, which goes with what you were talking about earlier. It's kind of it depends on what you want to do. A lot of players go for the +1 air weapons so that they can just kill things faster. But the idea of going for Air Carapace first is that then they survive longer when they're harassing, so you can get that critical mass sooner. And so it's very important, especially against these,
getting taken out.
Especially against Marines that are 0-0.
Yep. More creep tumors taken out, but here's a big counterattack from Leenock. Not a lot defending this right now. And Leenock may actually do a decent amount of damage with this. Taking out the bunker, he's lost a couple Mutas from that, though.
Yeah, he lost a lot of Zerglings as well. And Ganji actually almost turned around. And if he'd had a little bit more forces, Ganji would have had to turn around. But instead, Ganji's going for that 3rd. The Banelings might be... I don't know if they're going to be there in time,
No, I don't think they are either, but they're going to be there somewhere. There's Banelings on the map, Moltrap. That's all I care about.
And those Reapers now going to work on that hatchery along with the Marines. They're going to take it out very quickly.
Yeah.
And the Mutalisks decide it's a lost cause. They're going to try and trap the army on the way out. Look at those banelings heading out to the departure point of that army.
Ganji is actually, he doesn't know it yet, but he could be in big trouble. This army could be absolutely annihilated
But he's actually doing a drop in the back of Leenock's base at the same time.
Leenock has to use a Mutalisk to defend. This is not an ideal situation at all.
Wow, and pulling those Mutas back frees up Ganji's army to get out on the right side. Beautiful move, intentional or not, a very nicely played attack and then withdrawal. Get that third base. Get out again.
Oh, here comes Leenock. Oh, but Ganji sieging up just in the nick of time. That was about as close as it comes to Ultrap.
That is a lot of banelings, man. That is 26 banelings.
Wow.
To do some significant damage. I think there's almost, he's almost has a baneling for every Marine.
Now, right now, both players are on 2 bases. Leenock trying to rebuild his third, but 2-base Terran versus 2-base Zerg
watch out.
tends to favor the Terran. Yeah, very, very close to losing some units there. Trying to get a tank, and here goes Leenock.
Oh, no!
Oh, he's got plenty. Losing a lot of units, though.
Wow, almost 0 micro on the first half of his Marines. They go down instantly.
Yep.
They had just triple stimmed trying to catch those mutas. The medevacs couldn't heal them enough, so one baneling taking out lots more Marines than they could have.
And a very small force moving out right now for Ganji. Does get the siege up in time, but I feel like Leenock could almost take that out with what he's got right now, especially now the mutas come out. No, he does need to pull back, losing a couple banelings there.
Yeah, there are 3 tanks there, so...
Yep, best to be careful.
Wow, that was close, man. Leenock just did a lot more damage than I thought, but not quite enough to take him out. He is going to be able to take that third base. And Leenock retaking his third and a fourth at the left side of the map.
Supply about even for both players. And pretty soon Ganji is going to probably have some Thors on the way to help deal with these mutas. In the meantime, Carapace level 2 being upgraded for Leenock. So he indeed is trying to make those mutas as durable as possible. That will help quite a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's not actually getting a ton of Mutalisks, though. He's just kind of upgrading the Carapace. Again, though, those Marines are... Okay, now they're at 1-1. But as long as he stays ahead in upgrades, while he has those upgrades, the Marines are going to do far less damage. And he's going in for a little bit of attack towards the main, trying to pick some stuff off while his army's out of position.
Oh, all the banelings getting taken out, but the mutas will take out the tank. And now Leenock is on the loose inside the base of Ganji, although he's going to play it safe. Broke down the wall, now he's going to go. Trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. He is going to be able to take up that extractor, which is definitely helpful.
Ganji doesn't care, man. He's moving out.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of the map. He is bearing down on the natural expansion of Leenock, but he's going to take a curve and go around to that third again.
Yeah, he knows that Leenock lost a lot of units from that attack at the natural. And the question is Leenock going to have what it takes to defend this? He really, really needs to keep hold of this third base.
Yeah, he has a lot of Zerglings, but not too many banelings. And that third is actually under attack. He's using some Marines to take out the base while he holds back with a better position with his tanks behind it. That's a nice move. So that way, if he goes in to kill those Marines to save his base, he can fall back.
Yeah. So, right now, the supply is still fairly even. Leenock ever so slightly ahead. Oh, losing some tank. You know, after the third, but it's a planetary. Leenock turned back in every angle so far. In the meantime, his third base again taken out. Now he does have another base on the left side of the map. But looks like Ganji pushing out again.
Ganji's not done yet, man.
Yep.
He took out that third. He's going to go for the fourth on the left.
Losing a lot of mutas in those Marines
and
right there.
Siege is up. There are no banelings around right now.
Yeah, not quite yet. Big drop coming in for Ganji. He's going to try to elevate it to lane. Oh, but here come the mutas. Leaving the medevacs behind that didn't have any Marines in him. Great move by Ganji.
But he lost
3
medevacs for free.
Yeah.
But now he's in the main. Oh, he's going to lose those tanks too.
Yeah, actually, this is not going to work out too well for Ganji. Moving in with all the Marines. This may not be the best idea by Leenock. The Carapace really coming in handy there.
Yeah.
Yep.
He does have +2 Carapace, and that is the only reason those mutas are alive. He's going to try and wipe up these Marines in the main now because he doesn't have anything else to deal with those.
And the player's still even on supply right now.
Ganji does have a foothold on Leenock's main base, though. He still has 4 medevacs, even though he lost 3.
Those Marines are about to be 2-2 as well. Leenock needs to make something happen. His mutas are going to have such a hard time with that. Emil coming down, telling Leenock to get out of the game, but he is not done yet by any stretch.
No, that was a little bit unnecessary, actually, that mule. He's not that far ahead.
Yeah, things are still pretty even right now.
Maybe he feels he's farther ahead than he really is.
Now, Leenock right now is short on gas. That's going to make it very, very difficult to make banelings and mutas.
Yeah, he, oh, and actually, Ganji might just end it here after all. A lot of mutalisks are in play. They are well upgraded. But Leenock, oh, he's supply blocked, so he can't even make Zerglings. He's got 2,400 minerals in the bank. Can't do anything with any of it.
Look at how long those mutas are surviving against the Marines, too. It is amazing.
Yeah.
This might be the key to him staying alive. We're going to find out.
He's got so much money in the bank. He's got hundreds of Zerglings in the bank. If he had those Zerglings out right now, he could easily fend this off. But instead, it's just up to these 25 mutas coming in the back.
Getting the tanks from behind. 7 Overlords now just finishing. Is Leenock going to be able to make enough to hold this? This is so close right now.
Wow, and making more mutalisks, actually. This is so close. He's so close to holding it off. He is not mining at this pace, but he has that 4th up on the left side of the map.
As the seconds go on, every grip that Leenock has on the ledge of this game is slipping. He's only holding on with maybe 4 fingers right now instead of 5.
Yeah, man.
Yep, going down to 3, I would say.
I mean, he's having to fight with the broodlings from his dead spire.
Yeah.
This is not good at all. And oh no! His last base that's mining is under attack.
Yep.
And now that that's not mining, Leenock is really in trouble.
Yeah. Coming in with all the mutas. I think he's going to unburrow the drones and attack with the mutas as sort of a last-ditch effort. Maybe not.
No, that base is gone. There's no reason to try and save it now.
Yep.
And yeah, Leenock is not mining.
No.
Right now.
Dire straits for Leenock. Cleaning up a couple Marines at the base of Ganji. He's going to try to cause some damage, but at this point, I don't know if it's going to be enough.
There we go. GG. Leenock concedes the game.
Yep. The last fingers have slipped off the ledge.
He tips his king over and admits defeat. And Ganji coming back after his teammate Tasia got dominated from Terran vs. Zerg.
Yep.
Dominates instead.
And suddenly, what?
And decides to get a thanking from Boxer.
That's right.
I can't think of a better ceremony, man.
Well, you know, win a game of StarCraft 2, get a spanking from Boxer. And give him some high fives to the fans as well. No spanking for them at all. Nope. So, and Leenock taken down. So now, who's FOU going to send out? I have to imagine they're probably going to save SC for later.
Yeah, he's their ace. He's not going to come out until the very end, I think, just like last time. Yep. They do have a couple other players that are still in the hole. They've got Gumio, you know, of course.
Yep.
He got a couple kills yesterday. I'm sorry, on Monday. Yep. So he could come out and do some damage. They, of course, have a couple others lurking. And, you know, it is in the Team League that we often see players like Top Class, you know, or Sirius. Some players that we haven't really heard much from. They often have a sniper strategy to come out and take a certain map, a certain matchup, that kind of thing as well.
Oh, I'm sure Slayers has someone prepared to take out SC if they need to.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Ah, yes, Slayers. Wait. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. So we could see a number of people coming out here, and we're going to find out before too long.
Yeah, it's only moments away. Who's FOU going to send out? I can't wait to find out. Sadly, Leenock is out. It's okay. Very interesting, though. Interesting.
You wish they could send him out again?
Yeah, just keep sending him out. No, but Carapace upgrades for Flyers.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And, you know, as we saw, it made them pretty durable against those Marines later on.
It made a difference even despite the upgrades. It didn't end up, you know, winning the game in the end.
Yeah.
But
it's just it's the difference between using them as a battle unit versus a harassment unit. In the harassment, if you're using your mutas for harassment, you ideally never actually want to engage with your mutalisks. That's just you just send them in the back and do damage to their main base when they're not looking. Draw their army back. That kind of thing.
And out SC.
They're going to actually send out SC.
Or are they?
Oh, no.
Choya's going in.
Switching it up to
Sending
Choya.
in the coach.
Coach says, let me show you whippersnappers how it's done.
That's right. It's like back in my day.
Back in my day.
Now I'm not, but I was at one time.
Choya's like 23, but apparently he talks like he's 80.
That's right. He has cane, white hair. It's all a wig. He's actually 90 years old.
He dyed his hair black.
That's right.
Did a lot of Botox. Get rid of all his wrinkles.
Looks great for being 90 years old, I gotta say.
Don't do drugs, kids.
That's right. So Choya, despite being a coach, kind of taking a backseat to his team for now, still definitely a force to be reckoned with. He is a pretty powerful Protoss player. Hasn't had a lot of success lately. Got bumped down to Code A by Huck actually last season, and then knocked out of Code A altogether in the very first round. Is he going to be able to get a win for FOU? We're going to find out.
Yep. And, you know, he doesn't have a ton of games under his belt, but he does have a pretty good record for Terran. He's even 12-12. Televised games, he's got the most televised experience against Terran, so maybe this is his more comfortable matchup, Choya.
Yep. Well, his PVT, I remember it being pretty good, but is it going to be enough to take down Ganji? I don't know. Ganji played pretty well last game, made a couple mistakes. He did leave his tanks kind of out in the open a couple times.
And showed us some really cool strategy. I like that Reaper opening and then following up into the Siege on the low ground and using the Reapers to spot. Well, that was really pretty slick. I almost feel bad that he didn't do more with those Reapers because that had the potential to be really cool.
It's like he really kept Leenock guessing, and he kind of forced Leenock into playing the standard, you know? So Leenock was like, all right, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, so I'm just going to play standard, Zergling, Baneling, Muta, and see if I can just win with good, solid standard play. And I think that's exactly what Ganji wanted him to do.
Yeah, now the map we're going to see these two players play on as gets his set up there. The map is going to be Tal'Darim Altar, so do not go away. We are going to go for a 2-minute break here. Come on back to watch Ganji versus Choya in 2 minutes.